Welcome back, Chula Vista, to the Senior Roundtable. Today's discussion, Medicare and Medicaid, and the importance it is for all of you throughout the year. Today we sit down with Rudy Garcia from JAR Insurance, telling us all the ins and outs regarding Medicare and Medicaid. Tune in. Welcome, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, and it's an important time because I'm looking at my calendar and it's the second week of January, and we have a lot of deadlines when it comes to healthcare. And when it comes to seniors in healthcare, it is very important that we are discussing the dates and the deadlines so that everybody can get into the plan that is best for their needs. And from what I see that it's open enrollment time. Can you touch on open enrollment time for us?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. So just a little refresh it up here. AEP, which is called annual election period, just ended on December 7th, right? And that runs from October 15th through December 7th. And if a lot of people think that December 7th was their deadline, but guess again here. So Medicare had came out with these new rules here a couple years ago, and they come up with it's called OEP, open enrollment period, which is a time frame that runs from January 1st to March 31st. And what this means is that if anybody made any change during AEP, and they start their plan on January 1st, and if they're not happy with their plan and they want to go back to their prior plan or make another change, they have a one opportunity time to make a change. Whether it's to go back to Medicare, original Medicare, or a drug plan, or back to another Medicare Advantage plan. So this is an important time. If somebody missed the time from December 7th, well, this is another opportunity for them to make a change and maybe review their plan. And with this right now, with the difficult times of COVID right now, if they didn't have the opportunity to do that, then maybe this might be another opportunity for them to look into that.
And just to be clear, the December 7th timeframe that you're discussing is the annual elections period. This is where you're selecting your plan, but from what we're hearing from you is it's going to roll over if you didn't want to change it, but if you did want to make some changes, you still have options.
Yeah, you still have the opportunity, like I mentioned before, at this time frame from January 1st to March 31st. So I encourage a lot of people, if they did make a change and they're not happy, or they did not make a change during the open enrollment AEP, it's a good time to review it right now and maybe call their local agent that they were working with. If they don't have one, well, they could feel free to call us, and we could certainly help them out right now.
And when we're talking Medicare, Medicaid, we're not just talking about individuals with disabilities. Obviously we're talking seniors. What is the target audience here? Like when we're talking Medicare and Medicaid, who are the people that we're targeting to make sure that they're paying close attention here?
Yeah, so anybody that has Medicare, anybody, any age. I know a lot of people have this conception of Medicare only for seniors, but that's not the case here. There's people our age that have Medicare due to a disability or a chronic illness that may then qualify for Medicare. And those people are eligible for too, because as long as they have Medicare Part A and B, they're eligible to make that change regarding their Medicare. So, it's just not people 65. It could be any age that has Medicare Part A and B.
Awesome. No, that's good to know because, until you're confronted with certain situations, you want to be able to know what your options are. And speaking of options, as we're putting ourselves in the shoes of seniors, and as they're looking at various plans, everybody's plan is, or everybody's lifestyle is unique. And so what that means is, there are certain things that you're going to want, whether it be prescriptions that are most important to you, whether it's a caregiver. What are some of the things that you see that seniors are really trying to look at in regards to their plan?
Well, it depends on everybody's situation is different. Their doctors, the medical groups they see, but a lot of these plans they have a lot of benefits nowadays. I would sincerely tell the clients here or the Medicare beneficiaries to look at their plan in detail to see what they're getting, so they could use their plan to the maximum, get all the benefits they could get, which is over the counter transportation, or even some of these plans offer a teledoc or telehealth, which is if your primary doctor is not available, you could call the benefit for that telehealth or teledoc. And like I said, a lot of these plans are offering those benefits now. So that doesn't mean you have to go to your primary doctor. And I know a lot of primary doctors right now are doing their own telehealth, but sometimes they get booked up where they don't have time to see you when you really want them to see you. So you have another option on your health plan. But like I said, you have to look into their plan to see what benefits might have for that type of benefit. So look into it. Like I said, call your agent, or if you need help, like I said, we could help you out, guide you to walk you through that step.
All right, Rudy, we talked about open enrollment time. We talked about the annual elections period, but I want to concentrate on the special enrollment period, because there are times where things happen in our life and we need to make some changes. And so maybe you're just not happy with the plan that you selected. You made that mistake, or there are some life events that have happened, which now you become in need of selecting a new plan. What are some options that anybody in the Medicare who's a participant in Medicare have during this time?
So yeah, I'm gonna just touch up again on the OEP. So once March 31st comes around, if you don't make a change, you stay on the plan that you are, you're locked in until the next following year for October 15th to choose another plan. So special enrollment period is a time when some people might qualify for certain situations to make a plan. So there are several ways to go around that, but I'm going to talk about maybe like the 2-3 main ways for people that can make that change. So for people to have that special election period, one of them is if you have Medicare Medi-Cal, you're able to make a switch every quarter. And another one is called, if you have a program through Medicare, which is a prescription drug help, which is a program through Medicare to help out pay for your prescription drug plan. So we call those people low income subsidy. So if they have that low income subsidy with their Medicare, they're able to make that change every quarter as well throughout the year. So another one is if somebody's moving from one county to another county, they're able to make that change. From one state to another, they're able to make that change. Or even if they lose their Medi-Cal. So sometimes people lose their status on their full Medi-Cal status, and they might have a share of cost. And if they get that share of cost, that means their Medi-Cal is not going to be covering the full coverage of the Medi-Cal. So that could trigger a special enrollment period too as well. But there's more ways. But if you're not too sure, we could give us a call. We could look into it and then to figure out if you have that a special enrollment period with your Medicare.
Absolutely. And your information is one that we're going to be able to share with our viewers in case they have follow-up questions. And like we've discussed here is, everybody's plan is unique. And so you may be faced in a situation that's unprecedented, and you're trying to find options, and they can definitely discuss those options with you, Rudy. So we'll definitely post that to help our viewers. And I know that you're going to help guide them in the right way. Now, the thing that we're all dealing with is COVID-19, and the pandemic's been horrible. And, we're quickly approaching a year now where life just changed. Now, what are some impacts that you've seen in the enrollment periods that we can share with our viewers and maybe simplify the effort so that they don't get discouraged because they still need to enroll in their healthcare plan? It's super important. So if we can share with the viewers maybe some of the impacts and maybe some of the options during this difficult time.
Well, I think one of the bigger impacts right now is just people don't, the seniors are how can I say this, not willing to sit down with an agent just with the, with the COVID going on right now. But with the new technology now, we're able to do, Zoom meetings like this, and go over their options through a Zoom meeting. And, I know it's kind of hard, but there could be some family members that could help out with that through the Zoom meeting. Or we could just make a phone call and go over options over the phone, and we could do enrollments over the phone too as well. But again, and if they're not willing to do, if they have those difficulties with those two ways to communicate, well, we could still do it in person, but everybody would just kind of keep their distance and wear masks and try to be as safe as possible.
Absolutely. It's a difficult time, but I am pleased. I learned a few things myself today with, you shouldn't just stop because you've seen that maybe the open enrollment period is done, or maybe the annual elections period, that there's still so many options to be able to tailor a plan that's best for you and your family. And we all know that life can take a turn for the worse quickly. And so it's a great thing to hear that there are options. Before we leave you today, we thank you for all of the information that we'll be able to pass on to our Chula Vista residents here. But is there anything else that you'd like to add to our viewers at home?
Yeah, I tell a lot of clients here, just review your plan. Just make sure what you have, what benefits that you have with your plan, because there's a lot of benefits out there right now that a lot of clients don't even know that they have. And I encourage them to call their health plan or call their rep, and just, if they want a refresher on their plan, just to go over, because nowadays a lot of these plans are offering a lot of benefits, extra benefits for the Medicare beneficiary. And I think a lot of people could take advantage of a lot of their benefits that they're offering. That's just I'm gonna just go over like over the counter items that you get an allowance free, depending every month or every quarter. But those are little things, I think, for the senior population that it'll help them out. It'll go a long way. And those products get delivered to their house, and it's free.
Wow.
So those are just little things that I think a lot of these clients could or these Medicare beneficiaries could take advantage of it. So that's why I'm saying review your plan to see what they got. Like I said, they don't need to necessarily call me. I'm just saying just call their agent or their plan and ask them to go over their benefits. And if they're not too sure, ask questions. But again, if they don't have anybody and they feel comfortable, we could kind of help them out. So again, I'm pretty sure you'll post my number here at the end.
Great. His name is Rudy Garcia. He's from JAR Insurance, and his number is 619-247-5941. Give him a call, explain your situation. Every situation is different, but Rudy has all of the answers, it sounds like, and you still have options. So that concludes our episode on Medicare and Medicaid. We thank our guest, Rudy Garcia, for joining us today. Rudy, please come back soon.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you for joining us on our Chula Vista Senior Roundtable. I want to thank Rudy Garcia from JAR Insurance for providing us all of the information, vital information regarding Medicare and Medicaid. Make sure you give Rudy a call. And thank you for joining us. Next week, we will sit down once again with Luis Monge from the California State Senior Legislature, as we're going to be discussing health and fitness in regards to seniors. Thank you for joining us. We'll tune in next week.